and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So, folks, you want to work in America? Want to get people back to work? Well, everyone needs to work. So, let's get all these young kids back to work, too. Child labor laws. What's that? Nuh-uh, Sonny. You get to work. You want a higher education? Forget that. Get to work. You want to have food today? Get to work. You want to live? Get to work. Start working at those meat packaging jobs. Hire people as young as 14 years old in the great state of Iowa. So many states are looking to loosen child labor laws. Shout out to Case Study QB who found this gem. Because, hey, man, in America, you're not too young to be part of, the wagey cagey group. Forever stuck in the wagey cage. We did it, folks. We're regressing so back. You know what? I'm willing to bet. Not only that, if young people at the age of 14 can go to work now, they're going to probably make it at 10, 8, 7. You know, these corporations, they want everyone working for them. Hell, they'll probably pay them so minimal, but they want everyone to be working for them. Good little robots, smart enough to work the machines, but dumb enough not to question the system. George Carlin, your prediction of the future was so correct and spot on. Similar to Ross Perot warning us about NAFTA, George, you hit the nail on the head in America, because you got to be asleep to believe the American dream. It's one big club, and you ain't in it.
Some states are now considering some pretty drastic action to make up for the worker shortages really being seen across the country.
Now, wait a minute. According to Biden's State of the Union, Americans are getting back to work. So many jobs are around. What the heck? But apparently there's a worker shortage. Well, get those lazy kids to work. Get off your Nintendo Switch and your PlayStation 5. Get to work, kids.
Even moving to allow children as young as 14 to work in places like meat packing plants. Tom Foreman has been looking into this. He joins us now. It's good to see you, Tom. Tom, where is this happening?
Well, some versions of it are happening in a lot of places, but let's look at Iowa and Minnesota right now where there's active legislation being considered. In Iowa, they want to open up certain meatpacking jobs to people as young as 14 years old. And once you move to 15-year-olds, they want some light assembly work, lifeguard work to be open up to those people. To do this and accommodate this, they would like to expand the number of hours.
Don't you like how they're calmly explaining this? So ripping away childhood, education, just, hey, get to work. Go to the meat packing jobs. Go to an assembly factory. Get to work. And again, for the lifeguard jobs, I'm willing to bet that's going to be for like the more upper 1% families, because and that they'll probably just be like a cupbearer for the other lifeguards. They won't be doing any real lifeguard duties. Can you imagine some poor 2-year-old kid is made a lifeguard and there's somebody drowning, like help.
Kids can work during a week, and the lateness of the hours, even in school times. One of the other really controversial parts of this is they want...
Controversial? It's a nightmare. We're going backwards, not forwards. Jesus, man. They're trying to take a playbook out of old communist China. Get everyone in the sweat factory. Come on, sweatshops. Come on, move it. Build. You know what? Again, grim prediction, and I hope I'm wrong about this, but let's say they actually implement this. I mean, we're already seeing people at age 80 and 90 being Walmart greeters. We're seeing senior citizens in their 80s and 90s who've lived out most of their life, who are at the twilight years. They're going to die. They're going to pass away. And they're working at Walmart or other retail corporations. No rest. You're born in America. You're born to work. Keep on working when you're a baby, a kid, teenager, young adult, senior citizen. Hell, they'll probably find a way to get your cadaver working too. Probably might lobotomize you and turn you into like one of those little robots. So hey, even in death, you will know no peace. This is this sick, puritanical logic that we got here in America.
Liability protections for the employers. They basically want to say, yeah, you can hire a 15-year-old, but if he loses a hand or gets badly injured or gets killed on the job, you're going to have something really egregious before you'll be held legally accountable for that. So people are concerned about that.
Yeah, so hey, you can lose your arm, your leg. Here, let's rewind it so all of you hear it again.
One of the other really controversial parts of this is they want liability protections for the employers. They basically want to say, yeah, you can hire a 15-year-old, but if he loses a hand or gets badly injured or gets killed on the job, you're going to have something really egregious before you'll be held legally accountable for that. So people are concerned about that.
Yeah, so in other words, and remember, there are politicians who look at this and say, yeah, hard work. Oh, you lost an arm? Too bad. What do you want? Healthcare? I don't think so. Get back to work. Take a salt tablet.
In Minnesota, one of the provisions up there would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to work in construction.
Now, this right here is a recipe for disaster. Okay? Working construction. Now, God forbid they have like some teenage kid running, operating one of those large cranes or construction vehicles. Okay. Now, obviously, when I was a kid, I would think, hey, it'd be cool to drive one of these construction vehicles like down the Dan Ryan or something like that. But that's just me. In real life application, no, this is terrible. This is a terrible thing. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to lose an arm, their legs. And this is happening in America, the richest country in the world. Tell me how this isn't a recipe for disaster. If I'm wrong, audience, correct me, because I know, maybe I'm overreacting. But tell me this. Do you feel safe, or do you trust the idea that there would be 16 and 17-year-olds working in construction jobs with heavy machinery and equipment? Because a lot can happen in a construction yard, right? And anything can go down. And if anything terrible can happen, it will happen, especially if you're not safe. Hey, let's have democracy in the chat. Type 5 if you're okay with this. 16, 17-year-olds working construction equipment. Type 6 is if it's a hell no.
Which is an area that OSHA considers one of the most dangerous types of jobs out there. Now, obviously, people would say they want to keep it safe, but the Department of Labor has said in the past few years, the number of incidents where children are being hired illegally has been rising anyway, and they've been investigating accidents, including construction accidents, one in Tennessee less than a year ago, where a 16-year-old fell 160 feet to his death. So you can understand there's a lot of concern about this movement, Kate.
Yeah, again, recipe for what could possibly here. I need to make a T-shirt. Hold on. What could possibly go wrong? Tell me, what could possibly go wrong?
Absolutely. All right, Tom. Well, a lot of concern and a lot of criticism coming out. Let's see where this all moves as this moves through their legislature. Thank you, Tom.
And you know what? They're gonna freaking do it. They're gonna do it. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. They're going to find a way to get this bill to pass so that, all the young people are going to work, and you get closer to God. Work. Got to keep on working. Got to keep on working, folks. You got to keep on working. There's no such thing as rest in America. There's just unending labor. And look, hey, I'm not against hard work, folks, but I mean, last I checked, and I could be wrong on this, but it's impossible to own a home. People are being evicted from their homes and apartments. Small businesses are being shut down. There's a massive rise of inflation. What's the best thing to do to solve this problem? Get people the age of 14 and under probably to enter the job market. Get everyone to work. I want to acknowledge a couple of YouTube super chats for this. Shout out to Roger Meadows, who tipped $2. Time to refer the capitalist to the White House counselor. And Mahmoud Muradi typed, sent $2, says, maybe they'll make iPhones here now. Yeah, they will. Ryan Wagner writes, Kit, you sound like a big, bad right-winger. Sounds like you're pro-life or something. Well, all right. Hey, folks, the truth is out there now. Hashtag Kit's a right-winger. There you go. Not just knowing, writes, we're living in bizarro world. Let's see. And Scroogle, I'm going to give you the final word on this one. Billy and Tommy fix the train tracks by super gluing Hot Wheel tracks to them. Hey, that'll solve it. There won't be another train derailment. Watch, you know what? They'll probably want some young people age 16 or under to start driving the trains. Anything to keep the system going. If you don't think these politicians and their corporate overlords will go sink any further, I got another thing for you. Ryan Wagner writes, I started working at 13 because I had no choice. And let's see, Eleanor. You know what? I stand corrected. You are going to have the final word. Imagine a 5-year-old working in Amazon warehouse. Imagine your kid working for Jeff Bezos. You know what? I could see that happening. Take your kid to work. Give them real experience. Have them work at an Amazon warehouse facility. No, if Jeff Bezos can pull it off, I bet he would be okay with 5-year-olds working in his warehouse. You know, they got to keep on working. Jesus Christ. It's a nightmare world we're living in. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Not just Nolan writes, have kids watch Thomas the Train Engine and Friends. That's good enough training. Yeah, that's right. Just have them get the experience from watching TV, watching Thomas the Train Engine. You know, they'll probably get the kids on the trains because they'll probably paint like a face, like Thomas the Train Engine on one of the trains. There we go. It'll solve itself. Let's see. I want to acknowledge there's a few other people here in the chat. Let's see. And Pink Bastard Art Shop, you're going to get the final word. This work shortage is short term because it will all be automated at all class levels. Yep. That's what's going to happen. They're going to automate everything. You will own nothing and be happy.